we got to discuss the game five that took place in Phoenix. Pivotal game five for both teams. The series was tied 2-2 going into the game. Phoenix got off to a tremendous start. They got to a 37-21 lead after the first quarter, and then Milwaukee goes on an onslaught in the second quarter, outscoring Phoenix 43-24 in the second quarter. They end up taking a halftime lead. It was a back and forth game throughout most of the second half. However, the Suns made a late push to try to win game five, but Milwaukee was able to get a steal from Devin Booker. Drew Holiday threw an absolutely perfect pass to Giannis Antetokounmpo, who threw down a vicious alley-oop, which essentially iced the game for them. So the Bucks won 123-119. They currently hold a 3-2 series lead over the Suns and are looking to close it out in game six back in Milwaukee. But Kev, let me get your first impression of this fantastic game five that we saw between these two teams.
I'm gonna be straight. I'm eating my words, and I know that I predicted this series to end in five in favor of Phoenix. And if Giannis were to play, which obviously he's played every game, I thought that Phoenix would win this in six. It's obviously not the case, and this finals has been absolutely incredible. There was one blowout game, and since that point, it has been an upper echelon finals just overall. And I really can't say much about it other than the fact of you can't really hate either team. You want each team to win, obviously, excluding the fans of each team. You want each team to win for a separate reason. You want Chris Paul to win his first NBA championship for him being in the league for 16, 17 years. You want Giannis to win it to finish that story of, him coming from Greece and then, him having no money for the taxi and then bulking up like 60, 70 pounds since he's gotten in the NBA, now achieving the mountaintop to be in the top three discussion of best players in the league. And it's truly and honestly been an incredible finals. I would have if you would have told me at the beginning of this season the Bucks would be in the finals against the Phoenix Suns, I would have told you you're crazy. Let alone them being up on them in the series and it starting the way that it did with Phoenix being up 2-0. So that game was just completely crazy. And like Kyle said, with Phoenix starting off super, super hot, mind you, I'm out to eat with my boys and my girl, and we watching it, and Devin's hitting some crazy shots. And, like the Suns are just on a roll, and they're up 16 at the end of the first, and I'm sitting there ready to dap up my boy. And I'm like, yo, dude, this Devin's going to get his game. Like I said, Devin's going to go for 45, 50 if he keeps hitting it the way he's going. And he literally said, I shit you not, my boy Nick Novo said, I'm not dapping anybody up until we get to the last few seconds of the fourth quarter and the Suns are up by enough points where it's mathematically impossible for the Bucks to win. And I was like, bro, you capping right now, you bugging. Like, bro, Devin can't be stopped right now. Like Milwaukee just ain't doing it for me right now. Like I don't see Milwaukee coming back from this. And man, once again, did I eat my fucking words because Milwaukee exploded with a 43-point quarter. And I think this was the greatest game I've ever seen Drew Holiday play in his entire career. Obviously, with the significance of this game being immensely more significant than any other game in his career. I don't know why I keep saying immensely. It's ridiculous. But Drew Holiday went for 27, 13 assists, 4 rebounds, 3 steals, and a block. Bro, at one point it looked like Drew could not miss. He was doing everything and anything to will this team to win. And it took Giannis a little while to get into his rhythm in terms of, getting his good looks. He scored 32 at the end of the night. Chris Middleton's been phenomenal the last 2 games. He scored 29 points as well, adding in another 7 rebounds and 5 assists. But as a whole, the Milwaukee Bucks are the real deal. And man, did they make a statement saying, I don't give a shit if we're in Phoenix. I don't give a shit if the Suns are up 2-0, 3-0, whatever the case may be. They were not rolling over, and they're making a statement because this game six, like Kyle said, is about to be a movie.
It's wild. There's no other way that I could say it. Like the game five that we saw over the weekend, it was a classic. There's no other way for me to say it. The fact that the Suns got off to the hot start that they did, it looked like it was going to be Phoenix's night. And then Milwaukee comes roaring back. They take the lead. They actually extend their lead going into the third quarter. I think at one point they were up damn near 15, 16 points. which was
Yeah,
quite
they were
impressive.
above 16. Yeah.
I mean, they essentially doubled up the Suns from where they were being down 16 in the first quarter. And just the shooting performance that Milwaukee had from the entire team was phenomenal. Outside of Jeff Teague, everybody on Milwaukee's roster shot either 50% or higher than 50%. Giannis was phenomenal once again, 32 points on 14 of 23 shooting. Chris Middleton dropped almost 30 on 12 of 23 shooting, and Drew Holiday drops 27 points on 12 of 20 shooting. Like, between those three guys in particular, they scored 88 points. And to be quite honest with you, they needed every single one of those points since Milwaukee only won the game by 4 points. So not only did they get the production from the starters, they got production from Pat Connaughton once again. He had a very nice shooting night. He was 4 or 6 from the field, knocked down 4 out of his 6 threes, also chipped in 2 free throws as well. And then Bobby Portis, even though that he only played 19 minutes, he was 3 of 6 from the field, and he knocked down 2 3-pointers. He had 9 points coming off the bench. So when you have that well-rounded of a team effort here, going up against Phoenix, who was shooting the lights out. Phoenix shot 55% from the field. They shot 65% behind the three-point line. Had you told me that Phoenix was going to shoot 55% from the field and 65% behind the three-point line and only have 9 turnovers as a team, I would have said Phoenix is going to win this game by 15, 20 points. I can't overstate the shooting performance that Milwaukee displayed in Phoenix in Game 5, and they needed it. This was really the first game where all three of Chris Middleton, Giannis, and Drew Holiday finally came together and put out an offensive output that has not been seen throughout the finals so far, and they needed it. This was a huge game for them, and it's like you said, it sets it up for a phenomenal Game 6, and I'll tell you what, Milwaukee's chomping at the bit to get this Game 6 underneath their belt because they're on a roll right now. They've won 3 straight, and there's a very good chance that they roll into Milwaukee and get this done in Game 6. I know we'll talk about the prediction later, but yeah, absolutely outstanding from Milwaukee. There's no other way for me to say it.